Hey there, humans. Today, we're going to be talking about turning your knowledge base articles into video. We'll cover why you would want to create a knowledge base video, show you how to make it, and then give you a few tips to speed up the process and create video that you feel good about. So let's get to it. So the first question is, really, why would you want to have a knowledge base article video? Well, video is incredibly useful in your knowledge base because it can be used to demonstrate an answer to a problem. It shows context and allows your viewer to follow along at their pace. So, for example, sometimes a solution to a problem contains many individual steps. I know I've run into this when I've been doing things like video editing techniques, where when I'm building or creating something, at each step, the solution can look very different as it's being built. And so video is really the perfect answer to demonstrate because it can be used to describe how to solve the user's problem at each step along the way. The user can compare what's on their screen with a video in their knowledge base. So as they're building, they're getting to check and say, hey, I'm heading in the right direction. So by adding video, your users can have both the demonstration and the explanation all in one place. Video is also great for your knowledge base articles because you can reach a wider audience. Through features like multi-language captioning and multiple audio tracks, it's more accessible to a global audience and just more accessible to people how they prefer to listen to things. Finally, and my most favorite, is that if you host your knowledge base article videos on something like Wistia or YouTube, and then you embed your knowledge base videos into your knowledge base, the video platforms deliver analytics so you can understand how people are engaging with your content. You want to know things like, are these videos being watched? What content are people focusing on? What is being watched and rewatched? Or what are people trying to avoid altogether? So it can really give you the data that helps you understand how people are engaging with your knowledge base video content. A quick word on Synthesia and video. Videos don't get created because it's a very time-intensive effort. With Synthesia Studio, we're going to show you how to just copy and paste existing text that you have and zhuzh that up, and so that you have a nice professional looking video that gives your users more different channels of how to access the information in your knowledge base and hopefully find their answer. So without further ado, let's get to building in a series of steps, turning your knowledge base article that's text-based and turning that into video. Okay, so our goal here is to turn this Synthesia knowledge base article into video. And so I'm going to show you how quickly we can do this by building this for you from scratch. I'll be using the text from this knowledge base article as it is, and we'll turn it into some video that we can drop onto the page. So let's get going. All right, so you recognize this view. This is what happens when you click create new video. It gives you the blank canvas, and we have Anna here. And our first step that we're going to do is we are going to copy and paste our text as is from the knowledge base article directly into Synthesia Studio. So here we go. All right, so what you see here is that we have copied and pasted our text directly from the knowledge base article into our script box. Now we need to make sure that we're readying our canvas to have the screen recordings next. So the next thing I'm going to do is, besides this introduction slide right here, I'm going to clear Anna off by clicking on her and making sure she's voice only on each slide. All right, so we've cleared our canvas so that we can make sure that we have room for screen recordings on each slide. We've made Anna voice only so that she's just going to voice over in the background. So our next step is that we're ready for our screen recordings to show off what our text is saying. So let's go. All right, in this next step, we're going to be adding our screen recordings to show off what our script is saying into our Synthesia Studio video. So I'll be going into background, I'll go to upload, and I can use this record screen button, which brings up a menu that you see here, and I'll be selecting the tab that I want to record. So in this case, I'm going to be recording another Synthesia project. So I have it queued up here on our screen, and when I'm ready to start recording, I'll hit share. let's do that now. So just like that, I've done a screen recording. I have my recording of the script where it's telling me how to add a video background, and it's appeared here now on the screen above us. I'm going to make sure that I unclick auto trim, and now I'm going to add my screen recordings for each of the different slides here. So when it's telling me to upload a background, I'm going to show that here on this slide and for the rest of them as well. So let's keep going. Okay, so our screen recording is now appearing on each of our slides. We have a screen recording that shows the directions that are being dictated from the voiceover in the script box. So now we're ready to give this a visual identity. In this next step, we're going to make sure we provide a visual identity and structure to our knowledge base video. So every knowledge base video is going to have three parts. It's going to have an introduction that says what the video is about. It's going to have some body slides, which are our screen recordings, and it's going to have an outro that tells people where to find more resources or where to go next if they want more information. So I'm going to be building that here, and I'll show you what I went through in just a second. All right, so now we've added a visual identity to our video. We've added that title screen, so we've added the helping text on screen. We've added some graphics. We've added a little bit of branding here as well. On each page, just to make the screen recording a little bit cleaner, I gave it a nice box, and I did this for two reasons. One, to make the screen recording a little bit sharper, but also to make sure that there's enough room down here for when you are generating captions, because you don't want the captions covering valuable information. So by having this border just being a little bit thicker here, we can make sure that we have space for those captions should you want to add those for accessibility. Finally, we added a little ending screen, a little outro. That's just a call to action that says, thank you for stopping by. That's all for now. To learn more, go to help.synthesia.io. So the very last thing that I want to do is I want to add a little bit of a greeting so that our users and viewers who come to watch this knowledge-based video, they can get a sense that Anna's going to guide them through the process. So I'm quickly just going to put here, hi, thank you for stopping by this video, yo, and then I can just change that to a lowercase letter, and a little bit of encouragement. And just like that, I can hit generate video. I can choose to include my captions burned in for accessibility, and I can hit save and process video. Okay, I know you're probably thinking, wow, that was so fast, but I've got 30 more knowledge-based videos to create. Well, don't you worry, I've got 3 tips to help you speed up the process. Tip number 1 is to chunk your script into 4 to 5 sentences maximum. And the reason we have 4 to 5 sentences at most in each of these boxes is because when you are screen recording, the longer your screen recording is, the harder it is to match up what the text is exactly saying with exactly what it's showing. So if you keep your chunks small, you only have to screen record a small amount. So again, in each of these boxes, we're going to have only 4 to 5 sentences max so that our screen recording is super, super quick. Tip number 2 is about using the match to script button. This is a magic button that can make sure that what you're showing on screen matches exactly what your script says. To do this, I'm just going to slide this guy over to the side so I can reach my background video. Is when I double click on my video, I see match to script. This means that if my video is playing at any speed, it's going to match the length of time it takes to read the script. So by doing this, I can ensure that as I'm talking about the right side toolbar, my cursor is going over to the right side toolbar to click on it. So again, that tip number 2 is about clicking that match to script button so that all of your videos match exactly what your script is saying if it's the same amount of time. Tip number 3 is probably the speediest tip that we have, and it's really what we recommend if you're producing lots and lots of videos, and that's to make a template from your video. I've created one knowledge base video, but with just a click of a button, I can make that a template that I can use to recreate all the other videos and keep my same visual format and layout. So when you click on your video, you find this little option down here called Create Template. And when I click on that, it's going to open up Synthesia Studio similarly to what it looked like before. I'm going to see all my slides here, but we're making a template. So what we want to do is we want to scrub this template of all the helping text and all the text from the script box. So I'm going to do that now and show you what the finished product looks like. So what I've done is I've taken all the helping text out from the screen, and I've taken out all the script box text. Also, I removed my screen recording video in the background and just replace it with the color white. And that way in the future, if I need to have a screen recording, all I need to do is record my screen from whatever app or product or feature I'm showing off and just drop it right in the middle here, and it will appear right in the middle. If I need to create more body slides, all I have to do is go to these 3 dots here and click duplicate, and I can make that as many times as I need. And finally, I have my outro slide. I can keep the outro the same as always and have one little last bit of branding before I sign off. When I'm going to delete this last little extra slide here, and when I'm satisfied with this as a template, I'm just going to click this button, Publish Template. All right, now I've opened up a completely new Synthesia Studio file. All I have to do to find that knowledge base video template is click on Templates, click under My Templates, click on Knowledge Base Template, add all 3 slides. And now I'm ready to copy and paste my existing knowledge base article text into the script box and start generating my video with screen recordings right away. Remember, we did this in 3 steps. 1, we took the text from the article that we had and we copied and pasted it directly into Synthesia Studio in 4 to 5 sentence chunks. Then, with each chunk or each slide, we did a screen recording and dropped that screen recording directly into Synthesia Studio. Finally, step 3 was to create that visual identity, an intro slide, a body slide, and finally an outro slide. From there, we made our video, created a template, and now we can get on to making the rest of our knowledge base. So thank you again for joining. Stay tuned for more content where we take existing text documents or other forms of information and turn them into awesome video. See you next time. Thank you.